Well, hello friends. I am still driving home from the airport after not being able to fly today, and wanted to talk about a couple other things. I think I was pretty negative in that last video. I was kind of bummed out, so I'm sorry about that. Flying should be a positive experience, and today was a really positive experience. It wasn't the outcome that I was hoping for, but it was still a really positive experience. It was a lot of fun to get to know my new flight instructor a little bit, Grant. So, you know, we got to hang out and talk, and it turns out he had lived on a boat for a while, and I live on a sailboat, you know, we connected on a lot of levels like that, so that was really good. But one of the big things, one of the big pieces is flying. Aviation often is about something called ADM, aviation or aeronautical decision making. We made a decision today together. Could we have flown? Yeah, absolutely we could have. But would it have been the right move? Well, like I said, we probably could have cruised around in the pattern, but that wouldn't have accomplished much. So it kind of would have been a waste of time and a waste of money. And so we made a decision because of the weather conditions not to fly. It wasn't that we just kind of looked around and said, oh, this wouldn't be fun, and we didn't go. No, we looked at the sources that were available to us. And that was a really good reminder to me, because flying is about decision making and making the right decisions. And sometimes you can't go to the airport that you want to go to, and sometimes you can't go at the time of day, and sometimes the airplane breaks, and sometimes you're just not going to get out of it, and so you just decide not to go, and that's okay. But we did cover off on a lot of things. You know, if you look in the rules, there's a lot of stuff about when all the minimums that you need to get your pilot's license, and then there's more stuff about how to stay current. You know, one of the most common questions that I get as a pilot is, well, how often do you need to fly to keep your pilot's license? And pilot's licenses don't really work like that. If you're a pilot, you know this. If you're a pilot, you're always a pilot. When you get your pilot's license, they don't take it away from you if you don't fly after a certain amount of time. It's not like a driver's license where you need to renew it. But the way the law reads, you need to maintain currency. And so the FAA has some currency requirements, but then sometimes the owner of the airplane or the insurance company will have separate requirements. And so that was a lot of what we did today. I did an aircraft, the ground portion of an aircraft checkout. We went over all of the minimums for all the speeds, all of the fuel, how much fuel it takes and what type of fuel you put in, and oil, and all that kind of stuff. And then stuff about the club and the flight school itself, and how they run, and if I buy fuel somewhere away, you know, using my own credit card at some other airport somewhere, how do I get reimbursed for that? And so we covered off on all those things. And then we also started to talk about the FARs, like I mentioned last time in the last video. We talked about, for example, if I want to take people with me, if I want to have passengers, how many takeoffs and landings do I need to have? And we also talked about weather minimums to fly VFR, within the visual flight rules, not through clouds, but if I'm outside of the clouds, well, it's not just that easy. You got to have certain weather minimums. And so we talked a little bit about that, and we talked about some other pieces to the VFR. So we really did accomplish a lot. I feel really good about what we did accomplish. Like I said, it wasn't the goal, the outcome that we were hoping for, but I still feel like we got a lot done, and I feel really good about that. And so I'm gonna spend probably the next few videos talking about some of the tools that I'm using and some of the technology that's out there, and I'm gonna talk, we're gonna cover off on a lot of individual pieces. The next time I go in, we're gonna be talking about, the next time we go in, it's gonna be another ground lesson, and we're gonna talk about cross-country flight planning, and a bunch of things like that too. So, in any case, stay tuned, and yes, I will be getting in the air soon. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, like, all the things.